Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the December 4th edition of Superstars of Wrestling from 1993 review series. And we are fast approaching that we have the entire year of 1993 done, I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's any missing episodes. Anyway, Ludwig Borga is out first. Borga's only here for about another month, maybe two at most, but his push did not go according to plan. Irish whip into the corner and a clothesline takes Borga pretty strong on the enhancement talent. He actually is in one or two of the early UFC shows, but even that, he goes on to Parliament and then gets into issues in the country of Finland, where he's originally from, and I believe Index actually ended up taking his own life at the end there, unfortunately. CTE, maybe notwithstanding, who knows. But anyway, front falling slam and some other basic things. Torture rack along the way and taunting him with Lex Luger memorabilia and posters. Certainly not the way to go, as he is not a fan of that. Highlights from the Survivor Series: Owen Hart saying he was abandoned by his family when he was eliminated. He wasn't allowed to celebrate with the family, and he wants to beat Bret Hart. The only way to show that he is worthy of being considered one of the better Harts. Basically, Bret indirectly tells Owen to calm down and not worry so much, kind of mature up a little bit, and kind of relax out. Anyway, Bob Backlund back here. He was highlighted throughout 1992, late 92 into early 93. Then he disappears for a few months here, but he's back. Iron Mike Sharp, who is a common enhancement talent for him to compete against, is here. And we see that Backlund does roll through in a couple of basic wrestling maneuvers, does the bridging pin and gets a victory, does the former world champion. Highlights from the Survivor Series this time in the form of Yokozuna and The Undertaker having their square off with nothing really settled, and that sets them up for their singles match at Royal Rumble 94 in a couple of months, or well, within about a month and a half. Anyway, the Head Shrinkers are out here next. Head Shrinkers get an enhancement match, as they are wont to do, going right after the enhancement talents with punches, kicks, and the basics of the like. Nothing really, terribly worth writing home about there. Double Irish whip, double backdrop, double back kick, and Samu, who is the lesser known of the Samoan SWAT team, aka the Head Shrinkers, are here. Big back body drop out into the corner. At this point, the Head Shrinkers doing the majority of the work for the Smoking Guns on the house tour circuit. And then double flapjack, double or a top rope splash from one of the Head Shrinkers. And then we see Razor Ramon and Diesel getting ready to go at it. Diesel basically saying that Shawn Michaels is still your Intercontinental Champion, and Razor saying, don't sing it, bring it. Also, the alliance between Diesel and Shawn Michaels is still relatively strong. Then we see, going back to basics of an enhancement match here, 1, 2, 3 Kid coming out and doing some basic chain wrestling, arm locks, hammer locks, basic stuff. There is a small child who does the ring announcing, couple of spin kicks from the 1, 2, 3 Kid, moonsault along the way as well. The Kid is certainly one of the smaller, but also one of the more athletic individuals. Randy Travis is talked about by a Jeff Jarrett vignette. Jarrett basically says there's no one as good as him, as smart as him, as strong as him, etc. We then we go back to the arena. Going back to the arena brings us to another enhancement match, as it often does on Superstars. Diesel is in ring here. Diesel basically mauls his opponent for the first several minutes. Leapfrog and a running boot, among other things there. Diesel also manages to get a quick pinfall and a 1-2-3 on his adversary. Doesn't really have a major feud. Well, the next big thing for Diesel is his multi-eliminations of people at the Royal Rumble. Then we go back and we get another enhancement match, this time from the babyface side. Men on a Mission, Oscar and Mabel and Mo. Mabel highlighted through the majority of the match here. Punch, kick, and basic stuff. Double Irish whip and double back elbow. Actually, double drop kicks from the big men, which is incredible when you consider both of them well over 250 pounds and Mabel over 500 pounds. To do a drop kick is a pretty big deal at the time. Big splash in the corner and splash off the top. Men on a Mission are successful here. Then we go to the Rio Rogers thing. Highlights of a interview. Shawn Michaels cuts an interview, says he's still the Intercontinental Champion. He dares anybody, including Razor Ramon, to stop him. Razor comes out and confronts him. Basically says, don't sing it, bring it. I know that I am the rightful champion. Michael says that he is. And that kind of starts the launch of the storyline, which takes us to the WrestleMania 10 ladder match between the two. Obviously, the heat between the two intensifies greatly, but the idea of the match kind of seeds and germinates here. We ultimately have we ultimately have a series of matches. Then we got Marty Jannetty out here with Reno Riggins. Jannetty back in the company for, I don't know, half a year at most. And then maybe not even that. Anyway, Riggins comes through, does drop toe holder too, gets an advantage, and again, there we go. Jannetty hits a couple of drop kicks and a top rope fist drop and looks to be in great condition. If Marty could have ever gotten himself together mentally and emotionally, it would have been good. Jim Cornette and Mr. Fuji protest the idea of The Undertaker challenging Yokozuna at any point. Also, Cornette kind of plugging the Heavenly Bodies and continuing to plug the fact that he believes they're the best tag team in the world. But basically, the fear of The Undertaker is a central part of that promo coming up. And we will be back with more right after this.